In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? The first way in which our media product uses a convention seen in real media products is through portraying friendship. Joking around with friends, spending time relaxing. 21 Pilot's music video for Stressed Out shows two friends chatting and drinking at the side of the road, which represents the audience of the indie pop genre, because friends are the most important thing to their tribe. We have also incorporated this theme into our indie pop music video, as there are a few scenes of three mates chilling on top of a car, drinking and smoking. This simple act is a key convention of the indie genre and tribe because it's a small part of life that impacts you a lot. A second way is through the use of shooting footage of the band performing the song as well as a member lip-syncing. A real media example comes from Catfish and the Bottlemen's Kathleen music video, where close-ups and wide shots are used to show the band as a unit and individually. From the audience's point of view, this convention allows them to recognise the band members and get a more personal feel to them. This is what we did for our media product, as we filmed in a music studio and had characters, performers playing the drums, guitars and singing as well. This is a really important form for the indie pop genre, as it allows a build-up of fans and a sub-community of music lovers, all with the same taste. How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts? Along with the main product we created, we also combined ancillary texts such as a magazine advert, an album cover and storyboards, which are all relevant to our production. In my opinion, the most effective one has been the magazine advert, which is because in a real media situation, marketing techniques such as this would be used to promote the new single as well as the music video. We would want to reach as wide an audience as possible to obtain the most views and publicity for our music video. We created a page with an image of a forest being the main focus, as this is the typical connotation of the word Eden, which is in our song title, with sun rays beaming through the trees to grab the reader's attention. The song title and artist's name is then printed bold along with the hashtag Find Our Eden, which is the name of the song, so the fans and online consumers can start a trend of explaining their Eden, what they feel finding their Eden means to them, like we did in the music video, consequently creating more promotion through our fans for free. We also feel that the storyboards produced worked the most efficiently with producing our media product, because they gave our team order and direction when planning where and what to film, which made it as successful as it could be and a nice process for us as a team. It also allowed us to develop on our ideas, as seeing them on paper physically made it easier to recognise the successes and improvements that we needed to adapt. Evidently, this meant that we stayed on track with our time schedules and met the deadlines set. What have you learned from your audience feedback? We created a quick survey with the intention of gaining some effective audience feedback, as our target audience includes any lovers of indie pop, indie rock music. We decided to post the survey onto online indie music hubs and communities so we could get relevant, reliable, specific data. We asked questions such as, what did the meaning of Eden come across as to you, and what made you want to carry on watching the music video, so that from the feedback we got we could learn that overall our music video was enticing and the quick sharp shots were the main reason viewers were interested and continued watching. We've also learned the majority of people who watched believed that the term Eden, in the sense of our music video, was a generic term. Whatever your passion is, this is the metaphor we intended, so we're glad that this came across to the majority of our audience. Critical feedback we obtained was equally as interesting and definitely effective for our future development. We learnt that backgrounds to some of our footage were too irrelevant and confusing. It confused the idea of where the location actually was. So after evaluating, we could see some untidiness in the backgrounds. For example, when we're shooting the skating shots at the park there are some goalposts in the background which give the wrong idea of what we're focusing on and where we are. Secondly, we found out further context of the inside footage that we filmed, for example in the music studio, may be required as it would even more interesting to understand where the places were that we filmed. So when the singer was in the dark black room with the lights beaming at him, it would be more interesting for the audience to understand exactly where that place was, to give it a bit more meaning and relevance, I suppose, so they can connect and understand our music video more. The place was a stage where we experimented with coloured lighting in a pitch black room, so perhaps we could have had the band or the singer running into this room from outside, for example, to display where they were coming from and where this place is and the relevance it has to our music video. How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? First of all, we used media technologies in the research stage of our production because we used YouTube to research similar indie pop songs so we could further our knowledge in the genre to begin with. YouTube is great because after finishing the video that we selected, masses of relevant suggestions from the site are shown, which was just an easy way for us to broaden our understanding even further. Additionally, we filmed a spoof music video with a basic handheld camera and then used computer editing software to edit and create a first draft music video, which, although wasn't part of the indie rock genre, it was Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up. It was extremely helpful so we could get to grips with the filming and editing software before finally constructing our final piece. As for the planning stage, we used technologies such as Google Earth, YouTube and Epidemic Sound to develop a plan of what we would like to produce. So Google Earth helped us pick a location to film at. We found a beautiful viewpoint in a nearby forest, the New Forest. It also meant we could plan our journey on how we would actually get there, because we need to be realistic and keep within our time schedule. As before, we used YouTube, but this time to watch documentaries and clips ranging from other indie rock artists, pop festivals, how to use props in music videos, which just gave us a lot of pre-production ideas that we could refine to make it as successful as possible. During construction, we mostly used a Canon camera with a professional lens attachment, so we could shoot close-up shots as well as high-resolution footage, which was really successful when we were shooting the skate park footage. Alongside this was a tripod in order to keep the shot steady and in focus as well as straight, so that it looked professional. Once the filming was complete, we jumped onto the computer editing software to begin chopping down clips, changing lighting, merging footage and experimenting with sound. Another media technology used with construction is YouTube to upload to, and then our visual learning page, Firefly, to upload our final music video. When completing our evaluation, we have used the same filming and editing software as the construction of our music video, because that was so successful for us. We went through the same rendering and uploading process, however we used some extra editing techniques. We then overlaid a lot of different sound onto the relevant clips to record the audio. To record the audio sound of people speaking in our evaluation, we used a microphone in order to get clear, crisp sound that could be understood easily.